Time, the silent river, flows ever onward, carving canyons through mountains and smoothing stones in its relentless current. It's an artist, a sculptor, a storyteller, and a keeper of secrets. Look around you. The world you see, the very ground beneath your feet, is a tapestry woven from threads of deep time, a history so vast it's almost impossible to comprehend. Here, a fossil, the ghost of a creature that swam in oceans that no longer exist. Its intricate form, perfectly preserved in stone, is a single word from a lost language. This being lived, breathed, and hunted in a world we can only imagine. A world where the continents were adrift and the sky held different stars. Its entire existence, its struggles and triumphs, are now encapsulated in this silent, stony effigy. It's a message in a bottle, cast into the sea of time that has finally washed ashore for us to find. Every layer of rock is a page in Earth's diary, each fossil a snapshot from a forgotten age. Time, with its patient, inexorable march, has buried these stories deep, layering them one upon the other, creating the world we know today. It covers all traces, yet, if we look closely, it leaves behind clues, whispers of what came before. These whispers are all around us, in the curve of a seashell, the grain of a rock, the very shape of the landscape. This vastness of time can feel overwhelming, can make our own lives seem fleeting and insignificant. But I think it's the opposite. It's liberating to understand that we are part of this immense, ongoing story is to find our place within it. We often get caught up in the rush of the everyday. We measure time in minutes and hours, forgetting the eons that have shaped our world. But what if we took a moment to step outside that frantic pace? What if we tried to feel the rhythm of deep time? Go for a walk in a forest. Feel the ancient soil beneath your feet. It has seen generations of birds nest in its branches, felt the sun and the rain, the wind and the snow. Its roots run deep, connecting it to a network of life that has existed long before us. Or visit the coast. Watch the waves crash against the shore, a rhythm as old as the moon itself. Each wave carries grains of sand, tiny fragments of rock that have traveled for thousands, maybe millions of years, from a distant mountain to this very beach. The cliffs are layered with history, telling tales of rising and falling seas. This connection to deep time isn't just about geology or history, it's about perspective. When we are faced with challenges, when we feel lost or anxious, remembering the vastness of time can be a powerful anchor. Our problems, seen against the backdrop of millennia, can shrink. It doesn't mean they aren't real or important, but it gives us a wider frame of reference. It's not a depressing feeling, but a deep, empathetic appreciation for the beauty of fleeting moments. It's the feeling you get watching cherry blossoms fall, knowing they are beautiful precisely because they won't last forever. Every moment of joy, every connection we make, every act of kindness is precious because it is finite. We are, all of us, collectors of moments. The first time you saw the ocean, the smell of your grandmother's kitchen, the sound of a loved one's laughter. These are our fossils, our imprints on time. And we are not just observers of this story, we are active participants. They become part of the ongoing narrative. We are the ancestors of the future. They will become part of the soil from which future generations will grow. It starts with curiosity. Ask questions. Why is that hill shaped the way it is? What kind of rock is this? Where did this river begin? Let yourself be a student of the world around you. These are simple acts, but they connect us to the timeless, natural world. They pull us out of the whirlwind of our own thoughts and into the present moment, which is the only place where time truly exists for us. And finally, it's about connection. Connection to nature, connection to the past, and connection to each other. Share stories, learn about your family's history, visit places that have stood the test of time. We realize that we are not isolated individuals, but part of a vast, interconnected web of life that stretches back to the dawn of time and forward into a future we can only imagine. The universe doesn't rush. The stars wheel across the sky in a slow, majestic procession. The continents drift at the speed of growing fingernails. Nature operates on a timescale that is patient and forgiving. The next time you feel overwhelmed, find a quiet place. Close your eyes, breathe, and imagine that great, silent river of time flowing through you, connecting you to every living thing that has ever been and ever will be. You are a ripple in that river, a note in that symphony, and your presence, however brief, makes the music more beautiful. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time. If this resonated with you, I'd be honored if you'd subscribe and continue exploring with us. Take care. Imagine for a moment you're walking along a quiet, rocky shoreline. The waves gently lap against the stones, a rhythm that has played out for millions of years. You bend down, and your eyes catch something unusual, a shape in the rock, something that doesn't belong. It's a fragment, a piece of a puzzle, impossibly old. This is how it often begins. The human desire to understand, to piece together the stories of a world that existed long before us. We are detectives of deep time, sifting through the Earth's layers, looking for clues. Every fossil we find is a message from the past, a whisper across eons. For centuries, these whispers were mysteries. Strange bones of giants were mistaken for mythical creatures or fallen angels. But as our understanding grew, we learned to read this stony language. We realized these weren't monsters of myth, but real animals, inhabitants of a lost world. The process is painstaking. A team of paleontologists might spend months, even years, carefully excavating a single skeleton, brushing away sediment grain by grain. Each piece is a victory, a new word in an ancient sentence. Back in the lab, the real magic begins. We look at the bone structure, the muscle attachment points, the shape of the teeth. We compare it to living animals to make educated guesses about its skin, its color, its behavior. It's a delicate dance between hard science and creative imagination, all to bring a ghost back to life. And sometimes, the creature we resurrect is more incredible, more terrifying than any myth. A creature like Dunkleosteus. Welcome back to our journey into the prehistoric world. Today, we're diving deep, really deep, into the Devonian period, about 360 million years ago. This era is often called the Age of Fishes, a time when the oceans teemed with life forms that would seem alien to us today. And ruling these ancient seas was a true apex predator, a titan of its time, Dunkleosteus. Now, when you first see a reconstruction of Dunkleosteus, it's hard not to be awestruck. This wasn't your average fish. It was an armored giant belonging to a group of fish called placoderms, meaning plate-skinned. The front half of its body was encased in thick, bony plates, like a suit of natural armor. This beast could grow up to 30 feet long, the size of a modern-day school bus, and weigh over 4 tons. It was one of the largest predators on the planet at the time. But the most terrifying feature of Dunkleosteus wasn't its size or its armor, it was its mouth. This creature didn't have teeth in the way we think of them. Instead, the bones of its jaw grew into massive, self-sharpening blades. Imagine 2 pairs of giant, bony shears. As it opened and closed its mouth, the edges of these plates would grind against each other, constantly honing them to a razor-sharp edge. This was a killing machine, pure and simple, and the power behind that bite was just staggering. Scientists have used biomechanical models to estimate its bite force, and the numbers are mind-blowing. They calculated that the tip of its fangs could exert a pressure of around 80,000 pounds per square inch. To put that in perspective, that's more than twice the bite force of a great white shark and among the most powerful bites of any animal, living or extinct. It could have easily sheared through bone, armor, and anything else unlucky enough to get in its way. What's even more incredible is the speed of its bite. Dunkleosteus could open its jaws in just 1/50th of a second. This created a powerful suction force, pulling prey directly into its bladed maw before it even knew what was happening. It was a perfect combination of speed and devastating power. So, what was on the menu for this undersea terror? Pretty much anything it wanted. We've found fossil evidence of smaller, armored fish with bite marks that perfectly match the jaws of Dunkleosteus. It likely preyed on other large placoderms, early sharks, and giant arthropods. In the Devonian seas, Dunkleosteus was the undisputed king. So how did we figure all of this out from a pile of fossilized plates? The story of its discovery is as fascinating as the animal itself. The first remains were found in the late 19th century around the Great Lakes region of North America, particularly in Ohio. The creature was named after David Dunkel, a curator at the Cleveland Museum of Natural History, who did extensive work on these fossils. The name Dunkleosteus literally means Dunkel's bone. For a long time, all we had was the head and thoracic shield, that front armored section. The back half of the fish was a complete mystery. Why? Because the tail section was made of cartilage, not bone, which rarely fuses. For decades, reconstructions showed Dunkleosteus with a long, eel-like body based on smaller, more complete placoderm fossils. It looked powerful, but a bit slow and clumsy. However, recent analysis and a revaluation of the fossils have changed that picture dramatically. By studying the biomechanics of its armored head and comparing it to modern, large, open-water predators like tuna and great white sharks, scientists now believe its body was much more muscular and streamlined. The updated reconstructions show a powerful shark-like tail built for speed and pursuit. This wasn't just a slow-moving tank. It was a high-performance predator capable of chasing down fast-moving prey in the open ocean. This shift in our understanding shows how science is always evolving, always refining the picture as we gather more evidence. Life in the Devonian Ocean was a constant arms race, as predators like Dunkleosteus evolved more powerful weapons. Prey had to evolve better defenses. This is why we see so many armored fish during this period. It was a world of shields and shield breakers. Dunkleosteus, with its combination of heavy armor for defense and a devastating bite for offense, was the pinnacle of this evolutionary war. But even titans fall. The exact causes are still debated. Climate change, sea level fluctuations, and changes in ocean chemistry are all likely culprits. The placoderms, including the mighty Dunkleosteus, were hit hard. They couldn't adapt to the rapidly changing world, and within a few million years, this entire class of armored fish vanished from the fossil record forever. Their reign was over. Their extinction paved the way for new dynasties to rise. The sharks, which had been living in the shadow of the placoderms, began to diversify and take over the role of apex predators. The story of Dunkleosteus is a powerful reminder that no reign is eternal. Life is a constant cycle of rise and fall, adaptation and extinction. The fact that we know any of this is a testament to human curiosity. Every time we unearth a fossil, we are connecting with a creature that swam in an ocean 360 million years ago. We can study its bones, model its muscles, and understand the forces that shaped its life and its world. Dunkleosteus may be long extinct, but its story is not lost. It's written in stone, waiting for us to read it. It tells a tale of power, of an evolutionary arms race, and of a world so different from our own. It reminds us of the sheer scale of deep time and the incredible, and sometimes terrifying, forms that life on our planet has taken. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the age of fishes. What ancient creature should we explore next? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Until then, keep asking questions and keep exploring. In the quiet hum of the universe, where stars are born and die in silent bursts of light, another story unfolds, much closer to home, beneath the waves of our own world. Think of the mightiest creatures you can imagine, those that command respect and awe. Now, picture them fading, not in a blaze of glory, but into the quiet pages of history, becoming whispers, fossils, and legends. Even the most powerful, the most dominant, eventually yield their time on this grand stage. Their reign, once absolute, becomes a memory, a fossilized echo in the stone. This is the story of all life, a gentle, inevitable cycle of rise and fall, a dance between existence and memory. It's a story that teaches us about the fleeting nature of power and the enduring legacy of life itself. Tonight, let's journey back to one such echo, to a time when the oceans were a realm of giants, ruled by a creature of incredible power. We're going to travel nearly 400 million years into the past, to the Devonian period, often called the Age of Fishes. In these ancient waters, a true titan reigned supreme. Its name was Dunkleosteus. It wasn't a dinosaur, not a shark, but something entirely unique, a placoderm, an armored fish of immense size and strength. Imagine a creature the size of a large school bus, its head and upper body encased in thick, bony plates, like a suit of natural armor. It had no teeth in the way we think of them. Instead, its jawbones were sharpened into massive, self-sharpening blades, capable of shearing through almost anything in its path. Dunkleosteus was the apex predator of its time, an undisputed king of the Devonian seas. Its powerful bite, one of the strongest of any animal that has ever lived, made it a fearsome hunter. It swam through a world teeming with life, a world both alien and strangely familiar. As we drift deeper into this prehistoric sea, imagine the world Dunkleosteus knew. The continents were arranged differently, forming supercontinents like Gondwana. The water was warm, and vast coral reefs, different from those we see today, stretched for miles. In these ancient ecosystems, Dunkleosteus was at the very top of the food chain. It likely preyed on other large fish, including early sharks and other placoderms. Its powerful jaw could crush the shells and armor of its prey. Yet, despite its dominance, Dunkleosteus was not invincible. Like all living things, it was part of a complex web of life, dependent on the health of its ocean home. For millions of years, it thrived, a testament to the incredible power of evolution. It was a perfect predator for its time, a masterpiece of natural engineering. But, as we know, time moves ever forward, and the world is in a constant state of change. The end of the Devonian period brought about one of Earth's great extinction events. The world changed dramatically. Sea levels fell, oceans cooled, and the chemistry of the water shifted. The exact causes are still debated by scientists, perhaps volcanic activity, or changes in plant life on land affecting the oceans, but the result was catastrophic for marine life. The vibrant reefs collapsed, and the ecosystems that supported giants like Dunkleosteus began to unravel. Even the king could not withstand the crumbling of its kingdom. The mighty armored fish, with its formidable jaws and unparalleled strength, could not adapt quickly enough to a world that was fundamentally changing around it. And so, Dunkleosteus, along with many other species of the time, slowly faded away. It vanished from the oceans, leaving behind only its fossilized armor and the imprint of its existence in the geological record. The story of Dunkleosteus is more than just a tale of a prehistoric monster. It's a profound lesson from our planet's deep history. It shows us that no creature, no matter how powerful, is immune to the effects of a changing environment. The very forces that gave rise to this magnificent predator were the same forces that led to its demise. Its story is a chapter in the epic saga of life on Earth, a story of adaptation, resilience, and extinction. For hundreds of millions of years, the memory of Dunkleosteus lay dormant, locked away in stone. It was only in the 19th century that its fossilized remains were discovered, and scientists began to piece together the puzzle of this ancient giant. From fragments of bone, they reconstructed its form, estimated its size, and marveled at the power of its bite. The king of the Devonian seas was resurrected, not in flesh and blood, but in our minds and in our museums. And here, in this quiet moment, is where the story of Dunkleosteus connects with our own. Its tale, echoing from 360 million years ago, carries a message for us today. Our oceans, the cradle of life, are once again facing a period of rapid change. The waters are warming, the chemistry is shifting, and the delicate balance that sustains life is being tested. The coral reefs, those bustling cities of the sea, are bleaching. The habitats that countless creatures rely upon are shrinking. We are living through a critical moment in our planet's history, and the fate of so many modern species hangs in the balance. The story of the past is not just history. It is a guidebook, a warning, and a source of wisdom. Dunkleosteus reminds us of the fragility that underlies even the greatest strength. But this is not a story of despair. It is a story of hope. Just as we have the power to change our world, we also have the power to protect it. We are the first species in Earth's history to understand the past, to read the stories written in the rocks, and to comprehend our own impact on the planet. This knowledge gives us a unique responsibility. The legacy of Dunkleosteus is not just one of extinction, but one of wonder. It inspires us to look at the life in our oceans today with fresh eyes, from the majestic blue whale, the largest animal to have ever lived, to the smallest plankton, the foundation of the entire marine food web. Each creature is a masterpiece of evolution, a vital thread in the intricate tapestry of life, and each one is worth protecting. Think of the scientists, the conservationists, the volunteers, and the everyday people around the world who are working to heal our oceans. They are planting new corals, creating marine protected areas, cleaning our shorelines, and advocating for change. They are driven by a deep love for the ocean and a desire to ensure its wonders will be here for generations to come. They are writing a new chapter in our planet's story, one of stewardship and care. This is the hopeful part of our journey tonight. It is the realization that we are not helpless observers. We are active participants. Every choice we make, no matter how small it may seem, contributes to the future of our blue planet. So, as you prepare for sleep, let the story of Dunkleosteus become a gentle lullaby. Let its immense power and eventual disappearance be a soft reminder of the great, slow rhythm of the earth. A rhythm of creation, of existence, and of transformation. Allow yourself to feel a sense of connection to this long history, to the billions of years of life that have unfolded on this planet. Feel the awe for the creatures that came before us, and feel the gentle responsibility for the creatures that are with us now. The oceans that once held Dunkleosteus are the same oceans that lap our shores today. They are a shared heritage, a source of life, and a place of profound mystery and beauty. Let go of the day's worries. Let your mind drift on these ancient tides. Imagine the quiet, deep ocean, a place of peace and stillness. The reign of the armored fish has long since passed, replaced by the age of sharks, then marine reptiles, and now the age of mammals, like the graceful dolphins and the colossal whales. Life always finds a way. It adapts, it changes, it endures, and in that endurance, there is a deep and abiding sense of peace. The story of life is not over. We are living in its most exciting, most critical, and most hopeful chapter yet. Let this thought cradle you as you drift into a deep and restorative sleep. The world keeps turning, the oceans keep breathing, and tomorrow is a new day filled with new possibilities for care, for wonder, and for peace. Good night.